Okay then, we're on Pitmen Way, the nickname of Hednesford Town. The ground is just behind us. Shall we go meet them, boys?
Let's do it, let's go.
Let's go on.
Rock and roll. Come on, lads. The boys are part of Wembley. We are here at Hednesford Town at Keys Park. We're going to meet a girl called Penny and also... Knock, 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 Penny. And also Jack as well. They're going to be giving us a bit of a stadium tour. And a bit later on in the video, I'm going to be meeting up with a guy called Trevor who's going to be going through the history of Hednesford Town with me. So, should we go get involved, boys?
Let's go see Penny.
Knock, knock, knock.
Cue the clip.
Penny! Penny! Penny!
Well, we're already in a different complete scenery here at Hednesford. We've got a proper little grandstand. Can't wait to go get inside now and go and have a proper look. Briefcases here.
I hate this. Penny. Penny. Penny.
Okay. Right then, Michael.
Shut the door. We've just been into top secret territory.
Fort Knox has just come out of.
Area 51.
So we're now going to go for a walk around with Penny. Knock, 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 Penny.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we're going to have a bit of a walk around the ground now and see all the other facilities that are on show. But so far, you can... What a fantastic club this is to come see.
Yeah. The warm welcome we've been given around the facilities. Yeah, it's been amazing.
Yeah, so we look forward to see what's next.
So this is where Gavin is. Well, not obviously today, but that's his office. He normally has like a little board up with the secrets on we have to cover.
Yeah. The medical room.
We'll have a massage in there.
Yeah.
Mike, have a seat.
Yeah. This is where I need to...
Nice little medical room.
This is where someone needs to rub my calf.
Yeah, you can have problems with that, haven't you?
Yeah. That's good, isn't it?
Where's your mic, by the way?
You dropped it.
Put it on. Because it's supposed to be recording. We're a bunch of amateurs we are.
Who let these guys in?
Is it on?
Hednesford Town Gym. This is smart, this is.
Look, we'll get through there in a minute. I know they're really excited about the tunnel.
Wow.
Yeah. That's all right, isn't it? Right.
Smart.
Fancy a quick bench press?
Well, you can definitely tell the players are looked after, can't you?
I think this is the first for me being let inside the football club facility.
Yeah. It's good to know there's a punch bag if you get angry after a red card or something. Yeah. Lovely.
When was the last time you went to the gym, sir?
Couldn't tell you. Genuinely could not tell you. Yeah, today, yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Ah, thank you.
Wow.
Wow. This is just phenomenal. Well, it's
I've never seen anything like
Premier
this.
League or what?
You can't stand on that. Wow.
Fantastic, ain't it?
Can we take,
Will,
can we
review
take
the
a
chair.
seat? Can we take a seat?
Go for it.
I'll let you know how comfy one of these chairs are.
Yeah, no, I've got to have a shower here. That's what
You know what? I've just bought a new mattress, and this is comfier than that. Come on, take a seat right there. Oh, I could fall asleep there.
Right. This, safes and everything.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
Fantastic.
This is like different.
I'm a big guy there isn't a goalkeeper top hat. I wanted to sit in front of that.
Yeah, this is pretty impressive.
I'm guessing what stab the speaker in the middle, maybe. Do they?
It's all underfloor heating and everything.
Who's the DJ usually?
Oh, I don't.
That's for me to find out on the 27th.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. This is pretty.
So the showers look quite smart as well, don't
I
they?
do.
Yeah.
Well, then we're about to head down the tunnel. This is the exact walk that the players will make every single day. Shall we walk it like we're a squad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll have to go first.
Let's do it. Okay.
Right, when you're ready.
Here we go. Oh, mind. We'll keep that in mind. The step. Touch that sign. Here we go. Oh. This is like an actual ground. So far we've done parks and now we're at Wembley. This is incredible.
Wow. This pitch is amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'd love to play on this.
Don't touch. Stay off the pitch.
Wow.
Nice. Okay.
This is a very nice ground.
Yeah.
The fans weren't wrong, were they?
No.
No, I love the patterns on it as well. I'm a bit of a fanatic like that. You can see people in their gardens doing all sorts of patterns, zigzag circles, but
Yeah.
I just love it. You see it on the big football pictures, it's just amazing.
Yeah.
Quite a big pitch as well, isn't it?
Wembley size.
Is that actually? Wembley?
All prepared for the FA Cup final.
Yeah.
Shall we have a look at the dugouts?
Yeah.
Is this the
Where does Gav sit?
Get in the gaffer's seat.
Gav doesn't sit.
Where's the gaffer's seat?
Oh. Oh, do you know what? You wouldn't mind being on the bench.
Heated seats?
Yeah, do you know what? They are.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's warm for the sun.
I'm sure Penny will tell us if they're heated seats. Don't know. They are very warm. They.
It's going to be your seat when you come in.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is your dream to be in a in the dugout.
To be a
In the
number 2
matchday
goalkeeper of an FA Cup game, yeah. That way you don't have to play. No pressure.
Wow.
Wow, lovely. Absolutely fantastic, ain't it? Our part to Wembley place is going to look lovely in here, ain't it? Okay then, so we're part to Wembley and we're here at Keys Park and we're joined by Terry. Terry, thank you ever so much for being a part of the vlog, mate.
See ya.
Tell us a bit about your role at the club, if that's okay.
I'm club secretary. I've been club secretary since 2009, but involved with the club considerably longer than that. But now I've seen a few things over the last 16 years or so.
Super. And ultimately, the reason why we're here today is a part of our journey. We're now following Hednesford after, we'll call it a comprehensive victory against Coleshill Town on Saturday. From speaking to your fans, it sounds like it's been an incredible roller coaster over the last 2 to 3 years. Do you mind sharing a bit of insight into what the journey's been like for Hednesford in that time?
Yeah, it has been a difficult few years, and it goes back a little bit longer than 2 to 3 years, to be honest. Probably 7 or 8 years ago, the club had been through a long period of stagnation, really. The former chairman decided in 2019 that he was going to step down. We didn't really know what was going to happen after that. So other guys came in and took on the club, but really difficult time with COVID lockdowns and various things like that. The club was really in difficulty during those periods. In November 2023, we were really right on the buffers, and we were so fortunate that Craig, the new chairman, came in round about that time and started helping out, and then took the club over in March 2024, and it's just been brilliant since then.
That's amazing to me, because the one thing from doing a bit of research into Hednesford Town as a whole, the way that I would categorise the club is non-league royalty, in a sense of that traditionally always a non-league club, never been to the Football League. You've won the FA Trophy in the past, and you've previously had a good cup runs in the FA Cup as well, which we'll be covering a bit later on in the episodes. But ever since Craig has came in then, so what is the types of things that like the fans and yourself and everyone in the club has started to notice that's been picking up with Hednesford?
A massive improvement in attendances. I mean, for a long period, we were struggling along with sort of 400, 500 people coming to games in essentially a 6,000 capacity stadium. Now we're getting averages over 2,000 at the moment. It's a very different place. Craig's investment in the club hasn't only been in the playing staff, it's been in the facilities to make it better for supporters to come to, in the management structure of the club. It's broad-based investment, and hopefully it's going to make the club sustainable for a long time in the future.
And when we're talking about sustainability, one thing that I've seen recently shared by Hednesford is solar panels on the roofs of the grounds. Do you mind sharing a bit about that?
Yeah, it's a fantastic investment. I mean, we've got just shy of 400 solar panels.
Oh wow!
We've got 400 kilowatt hours of battery storage capacity, and what that effectively does means that we can store sufficient power to run the stadium for 4 or 5 hours on full load. So really what we do is store up the power during the week and then match day use it all. So that's about it.
Again, it ties into that whole sustainability thing of costs, and absolutely fantastic. And obviously big upcoming games at the weekend actually against Gainsborough Trinity.
Yeah.
Big FA Cup run last year that resulted in you playing Gainsborough Trinity. So is there a bit of especially with how that game gone, 3-0 up at a certain point in the game, end up being 4-4, sounded like an absolute classic to be fair, lose on penalties.
I don't think you'll see a better FA Cup game, to be honest. It was absolutely first class. It wasn't pleasant being on the receiving end. But for the spectators, it was a great game.
And do you think that adds a bit of extra spice for this coming weekend as well, with that being so recent?
Maybe, but it's a game at a time, really. As a league game in itself, it stands up. It's a really good league game. Two good sides.
Both going for promotion as well, aren't you, as well?
Yeah.
And finally, we've got where we'll be back for the FA Cup third qualifying ground draw against Billericay. Happy with the draw?
Very happy with the draw, yeah. Don't know a lot about teams from the Eastern League. We know a lot about the Southern League and the Northern League, where we're obviously placed at the minute. Eastern League don't know a lot about it at all, so it'll be a bit of a clash of styles. I think that we just don't know what to particularly expect.
But no, it's been absolute pleasure speaking to you, mate. Really appreciate you taking your time, and we'll be back on the 27th for the big game. We can't wait. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Cheers.
Welcome.
So we've been getting to know the recent history of Hednesford Town. Let's have a look at their FA Cup run last season, where they really channelled the spirit of Part to Wembley. So with Hednesford playing at Step 4 last season, they entered the last season's FA Cup in the extra preliminary round, where they were given an away tie against Racing Club Warwick. A comprehensive 4-1 victory seen them through the preliminary round, where they were given a home tie against a club that's already featured on Part to Wembley, Worcester Raiders. A 1-0 victory here, and Hednesford moved on to away against Melton Town. Again, another comprehensive victory, winning 6-1 on the road. It's here where Hednesford gave themselves loads of work to do each round, requiring replays all the way. First up was Rugby Town, and following a 2-2 draw in Rugby, back to Keys Park they went on, where they won 4-1. Then it was a tight affair against Sheffield Town's 0-0 draw away in the original tie. Then again back to Keys Park, where a 1-0 victory seen Hednesford Town one go away from the first round proper. And all that stood in their way was National League side Gateshead at home. Hednesford and Gateshead played a 1-1 draw at Keys Park for the replay upon the time. Gateshead massive favourites on a long unbeaten home run. It looked like a step too far for the Pitmen. However, Hednesford rose to the challenge and won the game 3-1 on the time and secured their place in the first round. Hednesford were given a home tie against another non-league opposition, Gainsborough, themselves famous non-league stalwarts. And what happened was arguably one of the greatest FA Cup games in history. Hednesford Town flew into a 3-0 lead and were dreaming of their next opponents. However, Gainsborough fought back valiantly and the game ended 3-3 in normal time. A 94th minute equaliser breaking Hednesford's hearts. Hednesford took the lead again in extra time before beginning peg back, and the game went to penalties after a 4-4 classic. Hednesford sadly lost that shootout 5-4, quite a long shootout that went to sudden death. It was an FA Cup classic tie, and their run truly epitomises the spirit of the FA Cup.
So I'm here with Jack. Jack, you're part of the furniture here at Hednesford Town. Can you tell us a bit about you?
Absolutely, mate. Long-term fan. Worked at the club the last couple of years, and yeah, it's been a pleasure really. And as I say, with you guys coming, sort of following the FA Cup run, it's kind of ironic with my Uncle Steve, which a lot of people know about. I thought we could have a little chat about sort of the history of the banner that's here, really.
That's it, yeah. That's why we've ended up in front of this banner here. Can you tell us a bit more?
Yeah, so obviously, any Hednesford fan will know we had a famous FA Cup run, 1997, where we famously reached the fourth round. And we played Middlesbrough at the time, were big spenders. That Janino, Emerson, and of course Ravanelli. And we got a really good go. We went 1-0 up. We took 5,000 fans to Middlesbrough. I can't remember. I remember there were streams and streams of coaches leaving the ground. I was only 10 at the time. Unbelievable day. We went 1-0 up, and the upset was on the cards, if you like.
Yeah.
In the end, their quality shone through, but we scored again in the 9th minute to make it a little bit nerve for them. But my Uncle Steve famously sort of kept Ravanelli quiet. And it's an iconic photo where kind of he actually said to me, unfortunately, my Uncle Steve passed a few years ago. And I remember having dinner with him one of the Sundays, and he said to me, he shook his hand, he said something on the lines of, "You've been quiet today, mate." And he's sort of giving him a little bit of jip, but yeah, it's a great photo, and it's one I look back fondly on.
And it is a great photo, and you speak to him beforehand about the shirt that you've got with Ravanelli's.
Absolutely, yeah. So my auntie Jane, she's got the shirt. I've got a couple of photos which I'll show you after. I've worn it a couple of times, and takes pride of place in the family home, and it's just a great memento, really, of a great day.
Great stuff. Now, pleasure. Thanks for sharing that.
No worries, mate. Lovely. Top man. Thanks.
Cheers.
Okay then guys, so I've now come to the Cross Keys Hotel, which I understand is where the original Hednesford Town ground was situated before they moved to Keys Park. I'm going to be meeting with a guy called Trevor Edwards, and hopefully, I understand the landlord of this pub has a fantastic history with Hednesford Town, so let's go and see what we can get. Okay guys, so we're here at the Cross Keys pub, and I'm joined with Trevor Edwards. Trevor, thank you for coming on Park to Wembley, my friends.
No problem.
Tell us a bit about this location, mate, what it means to Hednesford.
Well, this obviously holds a great deal for the Hednesford Town Football Club and its supporters. It's one of the oldest pubs that I know, built in 1746, and obviously the team moved here after moving from the old Tins ground many years ago. The old pitch was the back of here, and obviously I'm going to show you a little bit about that.
Super.
Currently, the landlord here is Mr. Chris Brintley, who played for Hednesford Town. He was player manager for Hednesford Town and also a manager at Hednesford Town. And obviously he's a very jovial host, and anybody who wants to come here pre-game, they're always sure of a fine welcome.
It's literally 0.4 miles, 5-minute walk from the ground as well, which is absolute ideal.
It's a great thing.
And I understand the chippy over there is very good as well.
The Trocadero, one of our sponsors. Yes, it's a very well-known chippy.
Yeah, Jack's just been saying that the ground is quite good.
The pitch was literally here, behind this fence.
Okay.
And it would go all the way back down. As you can see, the trees there, that belong to the lower road houses. So the pitch virtually went that way. And it was renowned. The left-hand side of the pitch was called Crocodile Alley. The water used to flood there. And when I first started coming back in the mid-60s, sometimes the cows would be on the field and they'd have to move the cows off the field. It's quite incredible. The changing rooms was basically here, in this little building here.
And this is all now the hotel, is it?
It's an hotel, yeah, and also a food place where over 50 people had a meal there on Tuesday. Old footballing stars of latter years. We call the Monday Club, yeah. This was the main entrance to the ground. This is where people came in. The offices were on the left-hand side, the right-hand side as you look at it. And obviously the changing rooms, as we saw, would be on the left-hand side.
Is there any old remnants of the old ground still here?
No, none whatsoever. Not whatsoever. The clubhouse, would you believe, was like a wooden hut that went that way, just behind this building here. It was a wooden hut, and it was got wooden floorboards. So when you can imagine having a win, the place used to bounce up and down. It was absolutely fantastic. But I've had memories. I first came here for a match in the FA Cup, funny enough, in 1968, and I was 13. And that's where my love of Hednesford started. There was over 4,000 people here that night under floodlights. It was incredible.
Who was the game against?
It was against Lockheed Leamington, and I think it was 4-1 we beat them. We drew on the Saturday and we played here on the Tuesday night.
On replay.
Yeah, and I was brought here and we crept in down the bottom end, and that's where my love of Hednesford started, and obviously it continues.
Fantastic.
This is where the old football ground was.
Well, just over here,
in that section there.
Oh, cool.
And it was called the Tins. I don't know whether you can ever remember what we call the old Nissan huts.
Bit before my time, unfortunately,
Yeah.
Trev.
It's like there was them sort of buildings, like air raid shelters, and that's why it was called the Tins.
Right, gotcha.
Yeah.
So I find it quite nice that the two sites of the previous grounds are still, you know, utilised for one way or another. I mean, especially in both regards to pubs. Who doesn't love a good pub? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Well, I think it's important. I think you've got to have social. You've got, you know, community and social life is very important to me. Yeah, the Supporters Association. We had a big thing here. We're involved with a lot of the council and things like that. So this flag was erected as part of the heritage.
oh, it's actually quite a nice Wetherspoons, to be fair.
Yeah, well,
Very nice building as well. Looks like another old one, 1831.
yeah. And we donated to this, the Supporters Association.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Flying the Jack.
Right before, that's where it was. Look there. Was obviously it was took down.
So the site here, Trev. So when was it that Hednesford actually played at this site?
I think it was 1880. I think it was formed.
Right.
We played here, and then obviously after so many years, they moved up to.
Cross
I think it was up to early 1900s. It moved up to there.
Right.
Yeah. And this was the amalgamation of two teams.
Okay.
Back in them as well. And people never had names. The one was called the Reds and one was called the Whites. So it was built on the back of the red and the whites.
Yeah.
And obviously it amalgamated, and we just started the matches on the back of there, which was called the Tins. The ground was called the Tins because of the old type Nissan huts that they used to get changed in. Yeah. So that's where the heritage really started.
And now it's Wetherspoons.
And now it's a Wetherspoons.
I don't know about a coffee, but I'll definitely go for a pint.
Yeah, no, a pint. You want a pint?
Okay, so we're now going to do a quick interview with Trevor, and we're going to talk about the cup run and the history of Hednesford Town in the FA Cup itself. So, Trevor, the way that we described the club to Terry at the club was non-league royalty. And the reason why we use that terminology was Hednesford always have been a non-league club. They've got a proud history of being in the FA Cup and good FA Cup runs, and also they've won an FA trophy as well back in 2004. So, would you mind running through with us the in particular the cup run of 96-97, the FA trophy run, and also just any other little fun anecdotes that you've got for us?
You rightly say Hednesford's got a great tradition in the cup. You call it royalty. We all love the wonder of the FA Cup. It's the best thing since sliced bread. Obviously, we'd got to a few games, but the one, the Middlesbrough game, when over 27,000 people watching Hednesford Town up at Middlesbrough. It should have been played at home, but obviously it made economical sense to switch the game to Middlesbrough. We took around 7,000. Hednesford was closed for the day, and we took the lead. Joe O'Connor, best striker we've ever had, unbelievable. But obviously Ravanelli, he finished the game off for them, and that was that. But it's very interesting, that first game that we played in the that round was against Wensfield, and Mark Bellingham, Jude Bellingham's dad, played in that game, and they definitely should have won that game. But then we come back to Keys Park and won 6-0.
Gave him a proper good hiding.
Yeah, it was a good one. But then we obviously then progressed through the earlier rounds, and then we played league opposition like Blackpool and York City. It was very good. But of course, last year we have had the same, the Gainsborough match, covered by the BBC. The game went like a pendulum, one way, the next, one way, the next. But it was a great one. And of course, this year now, we've missed the early rounds, but now we're all gearing up, all the supporters, chewing, waiting for the next game. Billericay used to be managed by Jamie O'Hara, I believe.
Yeah, O'Hara was there. Jermaine Pennant.
Yeah, there's been a few. Yeah, so it'll be very interesting.
Yeah.
It'll be very interesting.
The year after, I understand there was a big victory against Hull City away.
Yeah,
as well.
away. That was right in the FA Cup as well.
So was that the old Boothry Park?
Boothry Park, yeah. They've moved grounds as well.
Yeah.
But what we were saying earlier, a lot of teams nowadays move park. It's lovely following Hednesford now because I go to pitches that I played on years ago or have been as a supporter years ago and find that it's a different pitch. Mm-hmm. It's very rare the same pitch.
Yeah.
So it's good.
You mentioned the cup run last season. How did you find that? Because when I was looking into it, it looks like Hednesford an awful lot of replays.
A lot of replays, a lot of hard work, But they always say, as long as you're still in the hat, you've got a chance. When that draw comes out on Monday, you're still in that hat, and you're looking forward to the next draw. A lot of people eagerly wait that 1 o'clock draw.
Yeah.
I still like it on the radio, though. I'll be honest. I'd like to hear it on the radio. I was brought up the old school,
Big game against Billericay coming up. I'm assuming you'll be down there. Parts when
yes,
you're going to be there
most
as well.
Definitely.
Should hopefully be a good bumper crowd.
Yeah, as long as you don't predict the scores, I'm quite happy. I don't think you do very well on the prediction score.
Shall we go for Billericay win?
Yeah, probably that's the best thing to do.
Trevor, thank you so much, mate.
It's a pleasure.
Hello guys, this is Big Gaz from Parts of Wembley coming with a big announcement. For the month of September, we are continuing to be sponsored by Park to Pitches, following their new edition that has just been released this month. It's including an advert from us, and it's also including an interview with Dorking Wanderers and their story, which is absolutely fantastic. If you've never heard of that story, go ahead and check it out. And it also includes a discussion around the new regulations relating to the new governing body that has been set up via the government to help support football clubs all over. So make sure you get your copy. It's £3. We'll leave a link in the description below. And thank you again to Part to Pitches for sponsoring our journey. And the best news is, if you're attending one of the 2 games that we're going to be covering this month on our Part to Wembley journey, that's going to be the second qualifying ground between Coleshill Town and Hednesford Town on the 13th of September, and then the third qualifying round, which is going to be on the weekend of the 27th of September. We are giving away a copy each game, correctly predicting the scores to the game that we're at. So if you're at the game, make sure you come over and see us. Leave us a comment in our video comments, or you can even get in contact with us on our social media on X, TikTok, Instagram or Facebook by dropping us a message. All you have to do is send us a message or get in contact with us. Let us know your score predictions, and if you're correct, you'll be in the draw to win this copy. But thank you again to Part of Pitches, and let's get on with the episode. Okay, so we're now joined by Chris Brintley, who used to play for Hednesford Town. Chris, tell us a bit about your relationship with Hednesford Town, and actually, I think we're probably good starting off with a T-shirt just above your head and the story behind that.
Well, yeah, that was when we won the FA Trophy, 2004, and I was assistant manager then, player assistant manager, and I got the winner against Canvey Island with about 2 minutes to go. Yeah.
And playing at Villa Park as well.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, it was unfortunate because Wembley was getting the new Wembley was getting built, so the final wasn't at Wembley. Mm-hmm. But obviously, it was great. It was a great day. That was, it was a good following from Hednesford, and it was the first time we'd ever won the trophy. It was a great achievement, and it was a proud day. That was.
Arguably, probably one of the proudest moments in the whole club's history, I would imagine, as well. Yeah,
I think so. There's that. I mean, I still think the Middlesbrough, the FA Cup game when they got to Middlesbrough was up there, was probably the best. But I think the trophy day was probably a close second.
And how many years did you play for Hednesford over the time?
On and off about 13 years. I started as a 16-year-old and had a year. I'd been at the youth team for about 3 years before that, because I obviously lived here all my life. And then I went to the Wolves, and a couple of years there, and via Kidderminster and Telford, and came back to Hednesford
in my later years, really, but I had 2 or 3 good years and moved on again and then came back again, so yeah, on and off 13 years, I think. So
and how long have you had the cross skis for?
Well, I run it. I don't actually own it. I run it. I've been here 28 years, believe it or not. So, long time, really, in this trade. It's getting tough, obviously, but...
So were you running this when Hednesford won the FA Trophy as well? Oh, wow.
Yeah, we were still in here till 4 o'clock that night, and
I bet.
numerous occasions. When I was up there when we beat FC United in the playoffs. That was another one, which was 4 or 5 o'clock. Yeah, and on that trophy run, obviously we had some late nights there, the semi-final especially. Yeah, it's good, happy days. Yeah.
And how do you find things are at the club at the moment? I know there's been a bit of a turbulent time over the last 20 years, but it really looks like at the moment that Hednesford have really took a turn and are starting to turn it around.
We're all in, it's fantastic for the club, and stumbled across to the great owners, and it's on an upward spiral. The crowds have been incredible. Credit to the local community. Everybody's jumped on board, and yeah, it's an happy camp. We're very hopeful of getting right back to the top, of non-league, and who knows even further, but at the minute, it's great. It's a lot of work to be done, money, and it doesn't guarantee success, but it goes a long way to.
The foundations are certainly in place from what we've seen today.
It's not just about spending money on players, the infrastructure, the pitch, the solar panels, the ground. It's fantastic. And some of the people that have moved to the area, go for the first time, and it's such a so it's booming. Yeah, it's probably talking non-league really at the minute.
And how's in here on a match day normally?
Yeah, we always do well. Yeah. Big help to us as well. It's always been the ground, the pub. The old ground was. Yeah. It's on the grounds. Our function room was the old boardroom, and it's always been. Hednesford fans have always come into it. Yeah. They go elsewhere as well, which is great. It's helping the other. The pubs in the community. And this day you need all the help you can get in this trade. So we're very grateful for all the people that support us.
So, Chris, thanks ever so much for taking time to come and speak to Park to Wembley, and I'll come back down on the 27th for a pint before the game.
All right, you're welcome.
Perfect. Thank you for that.
Okay, and that was our day at Hednesford, and honestly, I'm just lost for words. It was absolutely spectacular. Thank you ever so much to Penny, to Jack, to Terry, to Trevor, and also to Chris for all taking part in interviews and showing us around the ground and showing us various locations around Hednesford. Hednesford fans, I really hope you enjoy the piece that we've done on the club today. It goes without saying what a fantastic club, and genuinely you should be really proud of the club that you can call your own. It's just absolutely spectacular. Everything's in place for a bright future at Hednesford Town, and certainly one that I'll be keeping my eye on long after Park to Wembley is all done this season and so on. But for myself, Will and Mike, it's been absolutely fantastic. We really hope you enjoyed this content today. To really help us on our journey and to help the algorithm on YouTube, please make sure you're giving this video a like and a subscribe. That would do a massive amount for us, and we thank you in advance for that. But I've been Big Gaz, and remember, every legend starts local, and this is Park to Wembley.